Hello again, everybody. I'm Scott Casper. It's time to take a look at the news and features from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. The International Wrestling Federation, otherwise known as FILA, has announced the draw for the pool competition at this year's Freestyle World Cup, set for the Forum in Inglewood, California, the 15th and 16th of March. The event presented by Chase. Well, the World Cup is the annual International Dual Meet Championships. It'll feature the top 10 men's freestyle wrestling squads in the world. The random draw was conducted at the FILA Bureau meeting held in Rome on Friday, the 28th of February. The top two teams from the 2013 Freestyle World Cup were Iran and Russia. They were automatically placed in different pools. How do the pools shake out? Well, Pool A will feature returning World Cup champ Iran, host the United States, India, Armenia, and Turkey. In Pool B, it's going to get deep there. Returning World Cup runner-up Russia, Georgia, Ukraine, Mongolia, and Japan will all do battle. Let's take a look at the schedule for the U.S. team that'll battle in Los Angeles. We'll go to Session 1 first. The Americans will take on Armenia and India, followed by a showdown with the defending world champs from Iran in Session 2. That'll take place on Saturday night. Sunday morning, the U.S. will end pool play with a duel against Turkey in Session 3. That'll be followed by the placement bouts. U.S. men's freestyle head coach Zeke Jones gave us his initial impressions on the World Cup draw during USA Wrestling's World Cup Selection Special held earlier in the week.
Well, I tell you, I think the pools are really pretty even. You know, you got obviously Russia and Iran on opposite sides. I think there's a good balance between European and Asian countries on both sides. Obviously, you know, every team's coming here to wrestle and win the World Cup. So I think, I think the draws are what we expected.
Also, a reminder that tickets for the World Cup are now available online, Ticketmaster.com. You can also get them at the Forum box office. Now let's all get out to L.A. and show our support for Team USA. Well, in preparation for the World Cup, the freestyle team held training camp this week at the Olympic Training Center in the Springs. USA Wrestling's own Richard Emmel was able to catch up with a couple of the stars who'll be competing in L.A. Fresh off a gold medal performance at the Yasser Dagu International, 61-kilo young star Jimmy Kennedy is pumped for the Cup.
This year I'm going in and I feel a lot more confident in my wrestling, and you know, I'm not saying I'm at Burroughs or any of these guys' levels, but I'm starting to feel like I can be a good leader and, you know, go out and the USA can expect a win from me when I step out on that mat, and it's kind of a good feeling.
Well, he finished 5th last year at the World Championships. Angel Escobedo is primed and ready to take on the best.
It's going to be awesome, you know, LA, get away from the snow. But I mean, it's nice here in Colorado, but, you know, to get in front of the California fans and wrestle the best guys in the world. I think the pool came out. I'll have the guy from Iran who won the world title last year and a guy from India who beat me, who took second. So, you know, good competition there, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, the World Cup team will travel to L.A. this Saturday in time to make a special appearance at the 2014 CIF State Championships. Be sure to stop by and give our men some encouragement before the big showdown at the Forum. By the way, more information on the Freestyle World Cup can be found at WrestlingWorldCup.com. Your USA Wrestling Weekly continues on the other side of the break. Stay tuned.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year, forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because you know, I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
Hi, I'm Wayne Boyd, Director of Operations and Development for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. The club was founded to help wrestling worldwide, especially at our senior level, of course at the collegiate level, and the high school level. But the most important level for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club is the kids level. And these are some of the guys today that will be tomorrow's Olympic champions. Let's hear it, guys.
Titan Mercury!
That's Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, San Marino, California.
Our coverage of men's freestyle continues. The U.S. sent a team to Minsk, Belarus to compete at the 2014 Alexander Medved International just last weekend. We finished 3 medalists, 2 fifth-place finishes in total. The top U.S. performance came from Kevin Lavallee, who came home with a silver at 70 kilos. He won his first 4 bouts in the competition, including a fall over his Russian competitor, Huzi Suyachev, in the semis. Lavallee fell to Russia's Magomed Rasul Gazimagomedov by a 10-0 decision in the finals. B.J. Futro won his first 2 bouts as well before dropping an important decision to Aksor of Kazakhstan at 61 kilos. He did come back to defeat 2 Russian opponents for the bronze, edging out Igor Ponomarev of Russia 2-1. Another big man, Zach Ray, turned in a bronze medal performance as well with a 3-1 record on the day. He opened up with a 3-2 victory over Dmitry Popov of Kazakhstan, but would drop his next bout to the Russian Nuryaslav. Ray battled back to win his next 2 bouts and took home the bronze at 125 kilos with a victory over 5th-place finisher from the 2012 Olympic Games, Dushan Benbei. Americans John Reeder and Chase Pammy both came out of Minsk with 5th-place finishes. Reeder posted a 2-2 mark in competition, losing to his Kazakhstan opponent in the bronze medal round. Pammy earned a 3-2 record, coming up just short of bronze with a loss to his Kazakhstan opponent as well. Now let's head to Klip-on, Sweden. The U.S. women's freestyle team was in action there. We'd sent a deep squad to the Lady Open and came away with a first-place team finish, including 4 silver and 3 bronze medals. Let's start first. 2013 U.S. World Team member Victoria Anthony. She navigated her way to the finals, where she would face the 2012 Olympic silver medalist Maria Stadnik of Azerbaijan. Anthony would drop that bout 11-0, but still came away with a silver. Also at 48, 2-time world bronze medalist Alyssa Lampe took home a medal of her own. She lost to the Azerbaijani Stadnik in the semifinals 4-9, but was able to battle back with a 10-0 victory over Alitsa Yankova of Bulgaria in the bronze medal round. Now we go to 53 kilos. The U.S. found their second finalist of the tournament. It was Whitney Condor. She had an impressive showing in Sweden, going 3-1 overall, dropping her finals bout to her Russian opponent by a score of 0-8, giving Condor a silver. Going up a weight to 55 kilos was the young American star Helen Maroulis. She had one of the best showings of her bright young career. She opened up against a reigning world silver medalist in Sofia Mattsson of Sweden, who beat Maroulis in the quarterfinals of the 2013 World Championships. Maroulis, however, was able to get revenge against the Swede, earning a solid 8-3 victory. Helen would advance to the finals of the Lady Open, but would be forced to forfeit the finals bout due to injury. Well, coming off a runner-up finish at the 2014 Dave Schultz, American Jennifer Page continued her hot streak of international success with a bronze. Page dropped a 0-3 decision to eventual runner-up Michelle Fazzari of Canada in the second round, but she was able to earn 2 victories in the repechage for a bronze at 60 kilos, ending the day with a 7-4 victory over Yoshimi Kayama of Japan. Well, the final American to go for gold was 2008 Olympic bronze medalist Randy Miller at 69. Miller took on Germany's 5th-place finisher from last year's World Championships, Aline Fachen, in the finals, but she came up just shy in the championship bout, dropping the bout 2-12 to the tough German. Wrestling at 75 kilos, 3-time world medalist and 2012 world champ, Adeline Gray. She bounced back from a quarterfinal loss to Ekterina Bukina of Russia to earn the U.S. its 3rd bronze medal of the event. Gray won it 13-0 over Ep May of Estonia in the bronze medal round. Well, the U.S. women will next compete on March 15th and 16th in Tokyo, Japan. It'll be the Women's Freestyle World Cup. Yeah, I'm betting on the U.S. women. How about that? We have more news when we return. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Well, the good news continues now out of Colorado Springs. USA Wrestling and Universal Sports Network have announced a partnership to broadcast a series of Olympic-style wrestling events in the U.S. The multi-year deal gives Universal Sports exclusive TV rights to the Freestyle World Cup, the U.S. Open, the U.S. World Team Trials, and additional USA Wrestling events. This is the first multi-event network television agreement for USA Wrestling. Well, Universal Sports 2014 wrestling coverage begins with the Freestyle World Cup that'll take place in Los Angeles on the 15th and 16th of March. Universal Sports will also broadcast live primetime coverage of the 2014 U.S. Open Championships in Las Vegas at the Convention Center there April 18th and 19th. Also included in the wrestling series, the U.S. World Team Trials for both men and women. That'll take place in Madison, Wisconsin, May 31st through June 1st, as well as the U.S. Greco-Roman World Team Trials that'll take place in Daytona Beach, Florida, June 14th. Check your cable or satellite provider to find the Universal Sports Network in your area. Well, this weekend is a big one on the college scene. The conference tournaments get underway to determine a large part of the field that will be competing at the championships in Oklahoma City. The nation's most prestigious wrestling conference, the Big Ten, will host its conference tournament Saturday and Sunday at the University of Wisconsin. Penn State, Minnesota, and Iowa already share the Big Ten Conference Dual Meet Championship this year. That'll make this tournament one of the most intriguing Big Tens to date. The defending national champs from Penn State are ready to roll into Madison and take home yet another conference crown. Nittany Lion head coach Cale Sanderson.
As coaches, we try to prepare these guys and send the right messages and by example and by word. But then, at the Big Ten and the National, we just get to sit back and say, here you go. It's up to you. What do you want? Go get it. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited to watch, just like anybody else is. I haven't looked too close at the seeds. I don't like to, but I have a general idea where our guys are. I don't know if there's anything that, I think our guys earned what they got for the most part, and I don't see there being a lot of changes at the Big Ten meeting. I'm sure somebody will have an argument here or there.
The Magic Man David Taylor is shooting for his fourth Big Ten title.
Biggest mistake people make is they try and change things up the week of the Big Ten, the week of the national tournament. If anything, this is the time when you do less. You're just getting prepared. You're making your body feel good. You're staying crisp. You're in and out in your workouts, and it's just the main goal is feeling great for the NCAA championships, feeling great for the Big Tens, which we do. We all feel that way, and you got to keep your priorities and what's most important.
Looking for his fourth Big Ten title is two-time NCAA champ Ed Ruth.
It's been a fun time. Just a lot of good guys. Got to wrestle with awesome wrestlers, awesome teammates, family. Once I go there and I'm on the side of the mat and I'm about to wrestle, the only thing I always think about is just going out and just giving them a hard match. Just like win or lose or what happens, I just want that person to remember I just wrestled hard. That's usually what happens.
Be sure to catch all the action for the Big Ten Championships on the Big Ten stable of networks and also on themat.com, the audio presentation of the Big Tens. Over in Philadelphia at the campus of the University of Pennsylvania, the Cornell Big Red will be looking to defend their EIWA title. Cornell boasts a talented squad led by the nation's top-ranked 125-pounder, Nishan Garrett. Also joining him, freshman phenom Gabe Dean, the only man to down Ed Ruth over the last 2 years. Lehigh will be the top challenger to Cornell's reign. They'll be led by 33-pounder Mason Beckman, which should be an exciting one in Philly. Look for that action live on Flow. The Big 12 championships will be held down in Norman, Oklahoma, in what should be a clash of top teams and in-state rivals, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. They'll decide who will wear the Big 12 crown. Oklahoma is led by its 2 national champs, Andrew Howe at 74 and Kendrick Maple at 149. With 6 All-Americans in the lineup, the Sooners should be poised to make a run at a title. The Cowboys of Oklahoma State, however, look strong as defending Big 12 champs, led by NCAA champion Chris Perry and NCAA All-Americans Alex Derringer and Tyler Caldwell. Look out for a clash at 74 between NCAA champs Perry and Howe in round 2 of their rivalry. The Iowa State Cyclones are hoping to be in the mix as well. They'll be led by 197-pounder Kyvan Gadsden and are sure to shake things up in the team race. To round out our look at the championships, let's take a look at the MAC. It'll be held on the campus of Kent State University that weekend. It'll be a battle between Northern Iowa and Missouri for the top team in the conference. Northern Iowa was led by former Hawkeye great Doug Schwab, who's turned the Panthers into a national power. Remember, you and I went undefeated this year in dual competition, including a win over conference foe Missouri. Top-ranked 133-pound star Joe Cullen will lead the charge for the Panthers against a field that includes Drake Hodeschel, Jaden Cox, and a talented Missouri squad. Well, the MAC championships will also be broadcast live on Flow. Well, the 2014 Pac-12 championships kicked off the Division I postseason just last weekend on the campus of Stanford University. Before we get to the results, let's take a quick peek at the Pac-12 Wrestling Championships Google Plus Hangout and get some pre-tournament thoughts from some of the stars of the Pac. Here's Stanford's Jim Wilson, who was gunning for a conference title in his freshman campaign.
I guess for me, growing up, wrestling was just like a lot of fun. Like I always looked at it as it never was really like a ton of pressure. It was just like, a recreational activity where I could just go, bang heads. I think that just carried over into high school and now into college. It's just a lot of fun for me. Win or lose, you just kind of go out there and bang heads, and it's just a blast.
Boise State senior J.T. Felix was in search of his first Pac-12 championship in his final year with the Broncos.
I've been training my butt off and trying to do the best I can do, but I think that people see something different in me this year than they haven't seen before. And this year, I'm not going with the flow like I normally am. I'm expecting to win when I go out there, and I'm being aggressive. And I think it's all a mentality game. Wrestling is 90% mental, and when people realize that, then they start winning. So I think I'm starting to realize that, and I think I'm going to have a pretty good tournament.
R.J. Pena was looking for his second Pac-12 title for the Oregon State Beavers.
What you got to do is you got to take every loss and get better from it and just move forward. You got to keep moving forward. You can't let those losses affect you. And it's kind of the same thing wrestling at the Pac-12s or wrestling at the NCAA tournament. If you lose a match, you got to get back up, and you got to keep fighting, keep moving forward.
Now let's take a look at the results. Oregon State edged out Stanford for the program's third straight Pac-12 championship. The Beavs had 3 champs in Joey Delgado at 141, Scott Sakaguchi at 149 pounds, and R.J. Pena at 157 pounds. Stanford had an impressive showing with 3 champs as well, with Evan Silver, Ryan Mango, and Jim Wilson all taking home titles for the Cardinal. And in his final year as a Bronco, Boise State's J.T. Felix was able to capture that elusive Pac-12 title, doing so at 285 pounds. Good job, guys. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Well, as the D1 postseason was just getting underway, the junior college season was drawing to a close. First-year program Northeastern Oklahoma A&M captured the JUCO championship with 4 finalists, including a champ at 74 in Payne Hatter. Others who emerged victorious and claimed individual titles include Alfredo Rodriguez of Iowa Lakes, Kerry J. Palmer of Clackamas, Zach Lovelace of Northwest, Nasami Pozo of Nyack, Joanne Mija of Nyack, and Deorian Coleman of Northwest, Adrian Salas of Clackamas, Vijay Gilio of North Idaho, and Deaquince Goodman of Lincoln. Well, the top 5 teams, Northeastern Oklahoma in first, Northwest College in second, Clackamas Community in third, Colby Community in fourth, and Neosho County Community in fifth. This last weekend, I took off to join the good folks of USA Wrestling Georgia at the Georgia State Championships. Where? At the Georgia Dome, some 70,000 seats strong. We put together a special look. Hello again, everybody. It's Scott Casper, USA Wrestling Weekly, Takedown Wrestling. This one, where are we? Well, we're at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia. Why? Because the state championships are going on, and this is a big one. They're not playing football, they're wrestling at the Dome. We've got kids from 60 pounds on up, and everybody's wrestling for titles. We've got team trophies on the line as well. Who's going to win it? We invite you to stay tuned. We've got interviews and more all along the way. You're watching USA Wrestling Weekly and Takedown Wrestling as well. At the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia, Team Georgia Chairman Anthony Flatt joins us. Anthony, they said it couldn't be done. They said you couldn't hold a wrestling event in a football stadium the size of the Dome, but by God, you've done it. They're wrestling the championships behind us right now. How does it feel?
It's great. It's a great experience for the kids. This is a big event. This is a big venue. We've got over 1,500 wrestlers here today. We're wrestling everything from 6 years old and under all the way up through high school. And we hope to make it bigger, and we hope to do it again in the Dome next year.
Coach Steiner at the national level, our national women's team coach, is so proud of where we started and where we are today, not just here at home, but around the world. What are your thoughts?
It's growing. Women are getting more into the combative sports, and naturally wrestling is one of those sports that they're drifting into. We've seen a big explosion down here in Georgia. My wife and I have been pushing for the last couple of years to get more and more girls opportunities since our daughter came up to us and asked us to wrestle.
Title sponsor, the opportunity to reach out and talk to so many kids and families all at once in such a great way, I got to believe is really appealing.
It was really appealing for us. I know that we talked to Team Georgia and the people that are connected to this event itself, and they came to me and said, hey, what do you think about this idea? The university just started 2 years ago with a wrestling program. I don't know of a better way that we can get there by coming to an event like this and being a sponsor for it.
But Tiff and Matt has done a yeoman's job of coming to the table here in Georgia. Look at that floor. It's covered in Tiff and Matt's. That's going to make you feel good, Jerry.
We love having the opportunity, especially bringing it to a venue like the Georgia Dome. Anytime they can elevate the wrestling events to making it an event, not just something where people show up.
Yeah. At the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, we have another champion. Jeremy, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
It's Jeremy Tyson, and we've got a big one, man. This is another champion, and it was a nice bout. 8-2, the final score in your championship. Yes, how was that?
It was a tough match. I mean, we both fought hard. We went out there, but I just came out on top and outworked my opponent.
You really did, man. There's a whole lot of fans here of you. For the final time for the Georgia Dome, everybody, it's been a pleasure talking to all these champions, these young men and women that are making a difference, and those here at Team Georgia. Very special thank you to Anthony Flatt and all the good folks in Georgia. Well, it's time for the USA Wrestling Photo of the Week contest. The pictures are sent in by wrestling families and fans from around the country and are being considered for our photo contest page in our USA Wrestler magazine and our USA Wrestling Facebook page. This week's Photo of the Week was taken by the great Tony Rotunda of WrestlersAreWarriors.com. It features Oregon State as they celebrated their third straight Pac-12 championship. Have your photographs considered for our contest simply by emailing them to Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. Folks, that'll do it for this week's show. So from all of us here at USA Wrestling, I'm Scott Casper, and thanks for watching.